Any responsible head coach will tell you that he'll never look past the next opponent, but that doesn't mean we can't. Hi everyone, back here inside Camp Randall Stadium with Mike Lucas and Andy Baggett. I'm Chris Hall. The third to last storyline we're going to be talking about during fall camp as the Badgers get ready to open the season against LSU. That's your first one, guys. Then you got two games here at home against teams that, oh yeah, by the way, went to bowl games last year, followed by roadies at Michigan State, at Michigan, and then home against Ohio State.
Let me just suggest
Yes.
that I think the fans are a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it, and that is opening the season with a heavyweight. I mean, we've seen it now 3 consecutive years, Andy.
My only issue with that, in all of those games, I wish they were in a place like Camp Randall. I wish they were. I don't like the neutral sites. I think they should be somewhere where the fans. I know you can't change. You can't make the matchups that way. I get that, but there are people who have LSU picked to win the national championship. That's where the bar is. You started last year with Alabama. Alabama won the national championship.
That's right.
So you're talking about a huge task right from the get-go.
Vince Beagle, Corey Clement, Dario Gumbawale, to a man, told me after the spring game how, yeah, they hear everyone talking, they know what the schedule looks like, but you still have to go out there and play. And they're using that as motivation, as a way to bunker in together as a team. I know you hear that plenty, but with this group, with these seniors, and this schedule, they don't want to fizzle out.
I have not seen a schedule the likes of this one in a very, very long time, if at all, especially when you open your Big Ten season on the road, back to back against Michigan and Michigan State.
You can look at this in a lot of ways. You can quantify it in a lot of ways, but I'll just give you some numbers. They opened the Big Ten season with 6 teams that were 62-18 a year ago. They're going to play 5 teams that won 10 or more games last year. They're going to play 6 teams that won 9 or more. They're going to play 7 teams that won 8 or more. They're going to play 9 of the top 30 defenses from a year ago statistically in this schedule, and they're going to play 10 bowl teams. And if you are looking for anybody who wants to argue with you about who's got the toughest schedule in the country, Akron aside, Georgia State aside, this is it.
Well, and the key to navigating the gauntlet is health. And throughout our segments on breaking down this team, we have mentioned depth, and depth's going to be a factor. It really is, because when you play the heavyweights in college football, it takes a physical toll, especially back to back, even with bye week, back to back to back.
In this conference, yes.
And so that's where it'll be important in that first month of the season to develop depth and confidence and faith in those players that might not be starters.
You come here to play the best. The schedule's hard. So what? Right? So what? Everybody outside, the schedule's hard. They got to play all these teams.
You want to test yourself against.
So what?
You want to earn it.
You want to earn it, and you know it's going to test plenty in terms of playing a really good team on the road. But in terms of the grit and the toughness, I mean, that doesn't show up on rankings and schedule. That shows up when you line up, and you got to take that with you when you're on the road. This team has that.
Got some attractive home dates too, night games.
That's also the other side of that, the environment that will be here. We have 2 left, and yes, the next one is quarterbacks. You've been waiting all summer. We're going to talk about that next time. For Mike and Andy, I'm Chris.